Hello, I wonder if you've seen the film Serenity. I have. I rather liked it. I've seen it 3 times now. It's the film which Joss Whedon made to tie up all the loose ends of the sadly cancelled television series Firefly. I did enjoy it, and before I'm going to be critical of it, but I want you to understand up front, I did enjoy it. I wouldn't watch it 3 times and buy the DVD if I didn't. I think the characters are great, the casting is terrific, it's got some witty dialogue, it's very cleverly shot without its cleverness drawing attention to itself, which is very good, the special effects are fine, so there's a lot to recommend it. It's got good pace and so forth, and a decent story. But there are just two problems, niggles I have with this film. Now, the first is that space is really big. I mean, you may think it's just a long way down the road to the chemists, but that's peanuts in comparison with space. Listen, they have to get, at one point of the story, from one planet to another planet. It's not clear whether that other planet is in a different solar system. In fact, from the narration, I would gather that the entire all the planets inhabited by humanity in this universe are in fact within the same solar system. Which is very difficult to believe. The Goldilocks zone in that particular solar system would have to be unfeasibly enormous. So it's more reasonable to imagine that these planets are actually in different solar systems. But even if they're within the same solar system, planets are ever so far apart. This is a fact. Now they have to get from one planet to another planet without encountering the dreaded Reaver fleet, which is in between the two. And in order to do this, they disguise themselves as a bit of a spoiler here, but they disguise themselves in a certain way, and they sneak past that fleet. I mean, I'm not kidding. They go within about 30 yards of this other fleet. Space is really big. The tiniest detour. If they'd decided to go just half a degree off, they would have missed that fleet by many hundreds of thousands of miles. It's completely ridiculous the way they treat space in the Firefly series as well. Space is just way too small. Encountering people on the way to other places by coincidence is going to be really amazingly rare in space. And if you do go from point A to point B in space, and these are, say, different planets, and you get there in a couple of days, and we know from the television series that journeys are from a few days to a couple of weeks, would be a long journey, then if you're halfway and another ship is coming the other way, you're going to be going really fast, aren't you? In the series, they just sort of, what's that other ship there? And they're looking out the window and these ships are going past each other really slowly. In fact, they would have just looked at their instrument panel and said, according to this, we've just had a near miss. It's now 15 miles behind us, but that was close. Anyway, so space is big. The second thing is, there is a planet. You've got to imagine that there's a planet with a population of 1. That's not very likely, it's a habitable planet, but there's a population of 1. That's where Mr. Universe lives. And Mr. Universe is a very special man. It's never explained how there's this small city of incredibly high-tech buildings there, and he's the only person there. Is he incredibly rich? Has he built them all himself? It's never explained. But anyway, there he is, and he's very unusual, and he can monitor all the broadcasts from all around the inhabited galaxy, and he can broadcast to all those places. So all these signals are coming in, and all these signals are going out. You can't stop the signal, he says several times. And yet, for plot reasons, the planet is surrounded by an ion cloud, whatever that is. It's just a big glowy blue cloudy thing, and it's completely impenetrable to all ship sensors. At the climax of the film, an entire battle fleet surprises another entire super high-tech battle fleet coming through the ion field. We didn't see them. Well, if they can't detect a massive fleet the other side immediately of the ion cloud, how can he be monitoring broadcasts from all around the galaxy then and broadcasting out? If sensors can't get through, how come signals can get through? You can't stop the I'm sorry, but it's either one thing or the other. Either this ion cloud is impenetrable to information being sent through it, or it's really penetrable. But they seem to be trying to have it both ways. God, I'm such a pedant.